Yes, you can start.
Great. A very good morning for those of you in Uganda, in the East African region, and good evening, good afternoon, if you're joining us from the rest of the world. It's a pleasure having you this morning in our special contest between Rotary and Toastmasters, a speech contest. Isn't that interesting? So we are glad to have you here. Thank you for joining. My name is Brenda Atwine, and this morning I'm your Sergeant at Arms. I'm a member of Kampala Sunrise Toastmasters. Before we begin our speech contest this morning, I would like us to have clarity on our protocols that will help us have an engaged meeting, but also a smooth meeting. Keep your microphones or audios muted all the time unless you're going to speak. Kindly rename yourselves. If you have a role to take or you're taking on, please indicate that role, the club name. If you're a guest, indicate you're a guest and where you're from. As well as the Rotarians, indicate if you're Rotarian. Please make use of the interaction icons on the Zoom platform. You can raise your hand. You can also upload a speaker and give a thumbs up. And we will also encourage you to keep your videos on for a non-verbal engagement. But during the contest, please keep your videos off to just help our contestants be focused. So those are some of the protocols, and a reminder about our theme for this year as Toastmasters is magic. Magic stands for mentor, appreciate, give, identify, and care. That's what we are focusing on this year as Toastmasters. And then a reminder about our club mission. All of us have individual missions that we follow, but also as a club, we have a collective mission that guides us in what we do daily. So as a club, our mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So it's all about developing your communication and leadership skills, of course, which will result into greater self-confidence and personal growth. So that's my update this morning as your SAA. So at this point, I'd like to invite our contest chair, who is currently serving as the president of Kampala Sunrise Club Toastmasters. Welcome with me and join with me to welcome Anne Awori. Anne Awori, you're most welcome as a contest chair this morning. Yes! Anne?
Thank you so much, Brenda Atwine, our Sergeant at Arms this morning. You are most welcome, everyone who has logged in this morning. We are so excited to have the first ever Rotary and Toastmasters speech contest. Thank you so much to the Rotarians who brought this idea up. When they brought it, we were so happy to take it up because, as you all know, we have a great marriage between Rotary and Toastmasters this year, and this was a great opportunity for us. So this contest is going to be between Toastmasters, Rotary, Rotaract, and we shall involve our audience. So just prepare yourselves in case you want to join. I will pick 2 people from the audience to join this contest. So start warming up, because very soon I will invite you to join the group to contest. Before we start this contest this morning, I would like to invite the president of the Rotary Club of Bukoto, Mercy, to give a few remarks. And after Mercy gives her remarks, we shall also have Ruth from the Rotaract Club of Bukoto to give a few remarks. Mercy and Ruth, you have just about 1 minute to give your speech, your remarks, and then we can proceed to the next agenda on our agenda. You're welcome, Mercy. Over to you.
Thank you very much, President Anne Awori, my president of the Kampala Sunrise Toastmasters Club, where I am a member. Thank you to the team of the Kampala Sunrise Toastmasters, to the Toastmasters family and the Rotary family, the Rotaract families that are gathered here to witness the first ever contest, speech contest. I welcome you all, and I wish you all the best. I thank the members that have found time to join in. I know others will join in along the way, and I wish all the contestants the best. May the best speech win. Thank you very much, and we look forward to listening in and learning.
Okay,
President,
we can have Ruth.
Yes.
We can have Ruth take the floor, please. Hello, President Ruth.
I don't seem to see her online. We can proceed, maybe to save on time. Let me side chat her.
Okay, so President Ruth will give her remarks later on. We can now proceed to have our next item on the agenda. Our Chief Judge, Susan Kavuma, who also happens to be our area director, is going to take us through the judging criteria for this contest. Susan, you're most welcome. Take the floor.
Thank you, President Anne. Good morning, Toastmasters, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and guests. You're most welcome to the first ever contest that has Toastmasters, Rotarians, and Rotaractors in Uganda. Today, we are going to have a contest for the table topics. The first round, it will be done in 2 rounds. The first round, we're going to have a total of 8 contestants. It's a mix of Toastmasters, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and we'll have some 2 members who will volunteer from the audience. In the first round, the audience will vote. A poll has been set up and the audience will vote. The best 4 will then move in to the next round. Round 2 will be judged, or we have some judges who will then go on to scoring the best 4 contestants. When we get to round 2, at that point in time, I will then advise the audience what the judging criteria will be, what the judges will be looking out for from the best 4. For now, the contest, each speaker is given 1 to 2 minutes. There will be a timer, and the timer will take us. Someone has some feedback. If you have 2 gadgets, please mute one. Thank you. So the timer will take us through their timing cards and how that will be done. But each speaker has 1 to 2 minutes. Madam Contest Chair, stroke president. For now, for the first round, I think that will be it. When we get to the next round, I will then let the 4 contestants know what we will be looking out for. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Our Chief Judge, Susan Kavuma. I would like to remind our contestants that they can rename themselves. If you're a Toastmaster, you can put speaker, TM, like Ann, and then if you're a Rotarian, you put RTN, I mean speaker, RTN, Ann. So please rename yourselves accordingly so that it can be easier to identify you. Thank you. The next person I would like to invite is our timer, Irene Nambasa, to come and to explain the role to the speakers. Irene, please take the floor.
Yes.
Irene,
Anne, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you, Madam Contest Chair. Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. So my role today as a timer is quite simple. My role is to remind speakers and members of how much time they have to deliver their speeches. And as speakers deliver their speeches, I'll remind them of how much time they've used and how much time they have left. And I'll only do this by flagging cards. And I'll do this by sharing my screen as different speakers are making their speeches. So for the prepared speeches, speakers have to deliver their speeches between 5 to 7 minutes. And for the prepared speeches, at 5 minutes, I'll share my screen. Okay. And I'm unable to share my screen. It says host disabled attendee screen sharing. Can I be given rights to share my screen?
Just give me a minute, Irene. Just give
Okay.
me 1 minute. Make it to you. My sincere apologies. Irene, please try.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
It is black. We are not, okay, I've seen, I think. I've seen, but just try with the timing cards and we see.
Are you able to see that one?
Yes, we are. I'm able to see it.
Okay. Then are you able to see this one?
Yes.
Yes. So for the prepared speeches, at 5 minutes, I'll flash the green card. Then at 6 minutes, I'll flash the yellow card. And then at 7 minutes, for the prepared speeches, I'll flash the red card. And then for the evaluation speeches have between 2 to 3 minutes. And at 2 minutes, I'll flash the green card. Then at 2.5 minutes, I'll flash the yellow card. Then at 3 minutes, I'll flash the red card. And then the same thing goes for table topic speeches. Table topic speeches have 1 to 2 minutes. And at 1 minute, I'll be flashing the green card. Then at 1.5 minutes, I'll flash the yellow card. Then at 2 minutes, I'll flash the red card. And the red card indicates that a speaker should wind up with their speech, should conclude with their speech. They're out of time. Thank you. Thank you, Contest Chair. Over to you, Contest Chair.
Thank you so much, our timer, Irene, for giving us that explanation. Now, at this moment, I'm told that Ruth, the president of Rotaract, is in the house. Ruth, would you like to give your remarks in 1 minute before we proceed to have our speech? President Ruth?
Yes, sure. Thank you very much, Contest Chair. Good morning to you all. It's an honor to be part of this event. We are very glad to both you, Kampala Sunrise Toastmasters Club and the Rotary Club of Bukoto for extending this invite to us to partner with you in this speaking event. And we are ready to win.
Thank you so much
for having us.
Yeah. Okay, Ruth, you're done. Thank you so much. You have no idea what Rotary is up to this morning. Toastmasters is just going to show you. It's going to take you on this one. Let's wait and see. But we hope the best can win. At this moment, I would like to invite our evaluator for the speaker this morning to give us a brief on what her role will be. And after that, she will also invite Juliet Oyela to give her speech. You are most welcome, Alvina. Please take the floor.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Anne. Am I audible?
You seem to be far away.
Oh, am I audible now?
A little better,
Am I audible
yes.
now?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, yes, okay, fine. Just bear with this arrangement.
We cannot hear you, Alvina. Alvina, are you still there? Okay, I think we have lost her. But this morning we have Juliet Oyela, and Juliet will be evaluated by Alvina. Juliet is going to give us a speech entitled Serendipity. And Juliet is attempting level 2 of Toastmasters. Juliet Oyela, Serendipity, Juliet Oyela. Juliet, take on.
Good morning, Toastmasters, Rotaractors, and guests in the house. Serendipity. Beautiful word, isn't it? In case you're wondering, serendipity means finding something good, beneficial, and beautiful without looking for it. I have the serendipitous blessing of an amazing brother-in-law. Of his many graces, Musa has this otherworldly ability to make fun of you without making you feel belittled or criticized. He will laugh at you with his signature laugh. Hey! And against your will, you will laugh along with him. Musa married my eldest sister, Kara, way back. Their love story is inspirational. They went through a lot to get married, let alone stay married. So naturally, my family is very fond of him. I particularly am very fond of Moses because he is so easy to talk to. I feel like I can talk to him about anything and everything. For the longest time, I didn't make much of our jesting, Musa and I, until a recent chance encounter got me to realize that I have been drinking from this deep well of wisdom without even knowing it. At the beginning of this year in January, well before COVID-19 reared its ugly head, in the world as we know it. We got together for coffee. Being the storyteller that he is, he had a plethora of stories to share. While I don't remember most of them, one story did stick with me. It was an incredible story of faith. Musa told me he had, in the recent past, transitioned from a great job with a foreign embassy to join, you won't believe this, but the Ministry of Ethics and Integrity. I mean, who does that? Realizing my shock at his revelation, he quickly explained to me, Juliet, you see, I felt at the time that this is what God wanted me to do. And I have seen how true it is that faith does move mountains. Of course, I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. So just as I was getting over my amazement at this incredible story, Musa quickly turns and changes the subject. He proceeds to ask, Madam, how are you? What are your plans for the new year? Without thinking too hard, I found myself quickly blurting out the first thing that came to mind. And I told him, I'm getting married this year. It was Musa's turn to get shocked. He quickly asked, but who is the man? How come you have never mentioned him and you have never said anything? Well, I responded and said, wait a minute. This guy doesn't exist yet. Musa bellowed out a loud laugh. Looking around, I could see that everybody in the room was beginning to stare at us. I tried to motion to him to stop, but he was beside himself. When he finally got a hold of himself, he said, and asked me this pointed question, but Madam, what foundation have you laid to place such a high demand on heaven? That question caught me off guard, but it would later set me on a course to clearly define for myself why I wanted to get married anyway. And today I'm happy to report I have made good progress in getting that clearly written out and defined for myself. Musa went on to advise me on the subject matter. He told me, Juliet, manage your expectations about marriage. It is not at all what you think it is. He said, love people. Just love people without caring whether they deserve it or not. In the process, you will love your spouse without even knowing it. And finally, he told me to remain calm because everything happens in its time. I thought that was absolutely great advice, mostly because Musa walked his talk. You see, he and my sister have taken care of so many people over the course of their lives together, they've lost count. Although sometimes people do take advantage of their kindness, they're always quick to forgive and give second, third, and X number of chances. So naturally, I felt it was good for me to hear out what he had to say. By the end of our delightful evening, I realized that serendipitously, Moses had mentored me over a long course of time. He had prayed with me and for me. Moses had reviewed my job applications, listened to me when I had something to get off my chest, and always managing to point me in the right direction. Toastmasters, Rotaractors, Rotarians, ladies and gentlemen, with mentoring, sometimes serendipity happens to us, like it did in my case. Other times, however, we must be intentional about nurturing the mentor-mentee relationships in our lives. Only when we recognize them for what they are will the magic start to happen. Just remember, mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. Madam Contest Chair.
Thank you so much, Juliet. Serendipity. Indeed, we have enjoyed your speech. Everything happens at its right time. What a great speech this morning, Juliet. Thank you so much. At this moment, we shall give Juliet's evaluator about 1 minute to prepare the evaluation feedback, and then we shall invite her back. Right now, I would like to know if any of you would like to take part in a game that we are going to play. Who is ready? Who is ready to take this up? Okay, let me tell you the game. I will read out something, and then I want you to guess or to tell me what it is. The question that I will start with is, what ship has 2 mates but no captain? What ship has 2 mates but no captain? Who wants to take that on? Irene, our timer, I see your hands up. Yes, Irene?
Yes, and I think that's a relationship.
Fantastic. Yes, it is a relationship. Thank you so much, Irene. And the next one that I would like someone to take up is, I am full of keys, but I cannot open doors. Who am I? Who wants to take that one up? Oh, our 1 minute is up. Okay, Alvina. Okay, but would someone first tell me, who am I? I have keys, but I can't open doors. Who am I?
Piano.
A piano.
Yeah.
Piano.
Yes, thank you, Lucy. That's wonderful. Alvina, are you ready to give us the evaluation?
Yes, I am ready.
Fantastic. Please take it on.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. A very good morning, fellow Toastmasters, guests, Rotarians, Rotarex, everyone in the house. I'm really sorry for my connectivity issues, but then again, I'm a Toastmaster. I gotta adapt to it. Now, coming to my speaker, Toastmaster Juliet. Wow, it was a good speech. Well done. For your level 2 on your mentorship project, you really did well. You completely focused on the objectives and you blew it off. You really excelled at vocal variety, good pauses, and usage of English. During the speech, you were so calm that we could easily follow your speech. There were no extra needed dramatics there. It was good, very relatable, because I think each one of us has that one person whom we can call a mentor. And your speech was completely relatable, and I could at least remember my mentor and how my relationship with my mentor was. Now, what could have improved your speech and took it to the next level? I would suggest would be your gestures. While giving a speech, sometimes your hand movements can create a much intended effect and highlight a point more specifically. And also, I feel your expression. Your speech was good, it was your own personal story. But if you had little better expressions, well crafted expressions, you would have driven the point even further in the audience. One more suggestion, a technical one, is would keep your phone or your whatever camera device on landscape mode. When you keep it on the landscape mode, you have more stage area and therefore more place to do gestures, expressions, and be more comfortable with the speaking area. But even without these, your speech was so good because I could completely relate to it, and your story with your mentor really touched my heart. To summarize, you excelled in vocal variety, good pauses, good usage of English, and you were very calm during your speech. What could have improved was maybe a little sprinkle of gestures and expressions, and orientation of your camera. But even without this, you did well because your story between your relationship with you and your mentor completely was relatable and we could follow it easily. I'm done. Thank you very much. All the best for your future speeches. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Alvina, for that wonderful evaluation this morning. Now, at this moment, would like to go to the most exciting part of the day, that is the contest. I will just to let you know what Table Topics is, especially for the Rotarians that are here this morning and Rotaractors, and maybe some guests that might not know what we do at Table Topics. At Toastmasters, Table Topics is the most exciting part, and this gives the speaker an opportunity to practice impromptu speaking. The purpose of Table Topics is to have a member to think on their feet, because oftentimes you can be asked to give a speech, maybe at a wedding or at an office meeting to give remarks, and we don't want people to get stuck. You have to be able to quickly think and respond without even thinking about it. So I would like to remind you that when we give you the table topics, you will have 1 to 2 minutes to give your speech. Please feel free, do not panic, relax. It is fun. We are here to have fun. Like our founder says, we learn in moments of fun. So please just enjoy and have fun. So this session, we are going to have participants from 4 different categories. Like our Chief Judge mentioned earlier, we shall have Toastmasters, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and 2 people from the audience who want to take up this challenge this morning. So at this time, I would like to get 2 people. Do we have any 2 volunteers? Can we get 2 volunteers from our audience who want to participate? Let me see. We have Mercy. Mercy would like to participate. Okay, who else? All right, that is 1. Could we have another one? Okay, I have 1 person. Mercy would like to participate. Who else would like to participate? Preferably a guest or a Rotarian. Okay, we do not have any volunteer. I'm going to take on Balieku from Rotary Club of Bukoto. Hello, Balieku, are you here? Balieku, don't shy away. Join the team, it's going to be fun. Okay, I will get somebody else.
We have Regan Ochan from Rotary Club.
Okay, thank you, Regan. All right, now we have 8 contestants for this session. So we shall start, but before we do that, I would like to call upon a Toastmaster to give you a demonstration, to demonstrate how this is done. And then our chief judge will take the rest of the contestants to the breakaway room and we can start this contest. Alex, are you ready? Every speaker will have 1 to 2 minutes to deliver their speech. Alex Agaba, are you ready to take it on? Give us a demo.
Yes, Anne, I was born ready.
That's good. Okay, let's try this out and see. Alex, this is how it will work on the pictures that I have given you. You look at it and then you craft your speech, create a story around the pictures that you see. Let me know. Yeah.
Ready.
Take on.
A pair of binoculars, and underwear, a glass of what I think is wine, and a ghost. Wow. Toastmasters and guests, do you believe in ghosts? Last Saturday, let me tell you a secret. I sneaked away from Kampala and I took a Zoom flight to Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, they have a tradition called Halloween. Halloween. During Halloween, a ghost of any season past creeps from wherever it has been resting and hovers around people's buildings. During Halloween, especially in Las Vegas, wear costumes. They put on costumes of different characters, maybe story characters, wolves, scary, not scary, creative, and not creative. The costume that caught my attention was the one of Sherlock Holmes. A lady called Andy wore a Sherlock Holmes coat, a Sherlock Holmes hat, and she had books in her background in true Sherlock Holmes character. Another character that caught my attention was Sherry. Sunrise has no Sherry Parker. She's a guest usually. Sherry Parker had a costume of a wolf. Scary, right? A ladder, a pair of binoculars, underwear, a wine glass. All those can make very good
Cake.
They can make very good Halloween props. Imagine a ladder, a ghost climbing a ladder, a binoculars. Who would you pose as with a pair of binoculars? A wine glass. I'd want to toast any feast, especially Halloween. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you so much, Alex. That was very interesting. Thank you. Timer, could you stop sharing the screen? Okay, so now that we have seen what it will be, I would like to invite our chief judge to take the contestants to the breakout room where you will be, and then we shall invite you one by one to come. Now, at the end of this, we shall run a poll where the audience will be the ones to select the final 4 that will contest for the final trophy this morning. So I hope you're all ready to have real fun this morning. Chief Judge, we'll give her 1 minute to take the contestants to the waiting room, and we can leave Josephine here. Let me know when you have all the others in the waiting room, in the breakaway room?
Contest Chair, I don't seem to see Rotaracta Kamara Thaddeus. I don't know if he's named differently, but I can't. Kamara, I've not been able to trace you among the participants. If he's on, but maybe he's named himself differently, he can let me know. But in the meantime, I've sent a prompt to, okay, just a minute. In the meantime, I will move our contestants to the breakout room. When you see the prompt, kindly move.
President Ruth, could you help us see if we can get that contestant?
Contest Chair, he advised me that he's unable to join us this morning due to an emergency work meeting. So we have only John representing us.
No, that's all right. So the contestants, kindly advise if you have seen the prompt and move.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
It's here now.
All right, just let's give them a minute.
Okay, the minute is done. All right. I think they've all gone, Chief Judge. Have they all gone?
Just give me a minute.
Okay.
No, not all. Brigham, if you can join the room. Regan and Marcy, please join the breakout rooms. I'm just waiting for Regan and Marcy has joined Regan. Please join. I will alert you, contest chair, when all are in the breakout room.
Oh, Regan is unable to talk, he says, so he will not participate. So we can proceed with the 6 that are available. Or if there's anyone else who wants to take up this opportunity.
Okay, so that means we leave out Regan, then that's fine. So as they're voting, we will just take note of the persons in the chat who will not be there because it's okay. So can I bring Josephine to the main room?
Yes, please.
Okay, just give me a minute.
Okay, we'll give 1 minute. We should be able to start any second from now. In the meantime, someone can give me feedback. What do you think about the contest so far? Are you having fun? Oh, Mercy
is our first contestant.
Ah, okay, okay, that is great. Hello, Mercy. Are you ready?
Hello, President Anne.
Mercy, can you confirm?
So, since I've just volunteered.
Can you confirm that you can see the timer?
Yes, I am ready.
Can you confirm that you can see our timer?
No, let me do a gallery view.
She's Irene.
Yes, Anne.
Irene, where are you?
Yes, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not sharing my background. Like I'm not using my background, so they don't need to see me. I'll just flash the cards.
The cards, okay. Mercy, are you ready to take it on?
Let me take it on. Let me try it.
Let us begin. Mercy, there you go. Those are the pictures. You create a story between 1 to 2 minutes. Over to you.
A comb. I love combs because they give us the beauty of being a woman, especially for the natural Afro hair. A woman never moves without a comb. A comb is part of the package in the toilet bag that every woman carries. A comb was made to beautify and sanctify a woman's beauty that was made by God. A woman that does not move with a comb is not a woman enough unless you have braids. Every lady must use that comb. A comb, as you comb your hair, there's that feeling of relaxation. There's that feeling of appreciating God's beauty. There's that feeling of appreciating the gift of God's creation. A comb. A comb is precious to a woman. A comb should be available in every space that a woman is in the car, on a border, in the office. You must have that spare comb just in case. A woman must comb their hair all the time to make them look smart, because hair is an indication of beauty on a woman. A comb speaks a lot to you as an organized woman. A comb is a blessing to every girl child. Oh, what an interesting object, or what an interesting and key must have for every woman, and that is a comb. Thank you, President and Contest Chair.
Thank you so much, Mercy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right now, would like to give our Chief Judge 1 minute to get the next contestant in the room.
Okay.
All right, I see Josephine is here.
Yes.
Good morning, Josephine.
Good morning, Anne. How are you today?
How are you feeling? Are you ready?
Oh yes, I'm excited about it.
Okay. So you have 1 to 2 minutes to give your speech. I will display the pictures and then you use all the 5 to give us a story. If you're ready, here we go. Over to you, Josephine.
Thank you so much, Contest Chair. Has anyone thought what it means to win as a team? Members all present today, I call upon you to think about the question that I just posed. In every circumstance that we are in, at one point or the other, you might have to be forced to work in a team. In the families that we come from, each one is a team player. The father has a role to play. The mother has a role to play. The children have a role to play. I vividly remember as a child when my mom would don on her yellow apron and ask, "My dear ones, what would you love to have for lunch?" And bingo, would all be feeling, wow, mom is going to the kitchen this Sunday. And then some of us would go like fish and the others would go like chicken. And mom, in carrying out her role, would ensure that there's a little bit of chicken and there's a little bit of fish that is served. So at the end of it all, we'd all have participated in the meal and we'd all have eaten something that we'd love. And to team it all up, we'd have a cake for a dessert. I would like to challenge each one of us here. In whichever spheres you are, you may not be a mother, but you are a family person, or you are boss at work. Are you encouraging the team spirit within the people that you work with? I challenge each one of us today to go and think of an area in which we can be good team players. And when we win as a team, we can be able to serve fish on the table and enjoy it simply because each one of us got involved in it. I know some of you may say, no, that is not for me. But I would like to encourage each one of you to realize that everything good in life starts with the beginning, and the beginning is now. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Josephine. Thank you for that speech. Our chief judge will get the next contestant in the room.
Madam Contest Chair, and next contestant is Samuel, Rotarian Samuel. Is he in?
Is he already here?
Yes, he is in.
Yes,
I
I'm
can
here.
see him.
Yes. Good morning, Samuel. Are you ready? Ready to take it on? You have 1 to 2 minutes to create a story basing on the pictures that I will display. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right. Okay, can you see? Over to you, Samuel.
Whoa. Okay, am I audible enough?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, I see a comb, I see a bike, I see a vacuum cleaner, I see your guitar, I see your snake, I guess. Well, just imagine a world that had no music to our ears. The music is quite what creates the beauty about life. But you know, as we move into this journey, we meet those that seem to be snakes to us. A lot of venom they spread in our life. And these at times deters us from moving. We always have to be very alert to miss these snakes, because the only way to get moving is to clean them out of our life. Because if they keep in your life, then you won't progress. And as you go along, you know, you need that bike. We're going to carry along people. They say if you want to move faster, move alone. If you want to move further, tag along someone. So get someone on the bike and get moving. And as you get moving, they'll keep you kept clean with that comb in your life. So just imagine a world that when you're long gone, how will people remember you? When you're long gone, how will people remember you? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel, for that speech. We shall take a few seconds again to get our next contestant in the room. In the meantime, as we wait, we can participate in stretching up. Would you like to get up and stretch a bit? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, that felt good. Did you all stretch? I didn't see some of you getting up. You were just doing this. All right. Maybe someone wants to attempt another question. Would you like to? All right. It seems like our chief judge is back.
So Juanita is our next contestant.
Okay.
Juanita, are you in the room?
Hello, Juanita, are you here?
Yes, I am here. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Are you ready?
Yes.
You will have 1 to 2 minutes. I will display some images and I want you to craft a story around all of them and give a speech between 1 to 2 minutes. So
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay. Headsets. This is I'll take this for tennis ball. Okay. Toastmasters. Well, back in the day, when I was a little child, I remember I used to sit before a computer and play these great games, computer games. I remember I used to play Super Mario, the famous, and I was so engraved into the game that it felt so real, and having to bear with the losing really got me so sad. And also playing other games really got me upset. Super Mario, along with other games like the bananas throwing to each other, and listening to all these soundtracks through the audio output. Well, it was really disturbing to know that these soundtrack stories point towards you having to being grounded or to losing, and this really got to me as a child. But along the way, it gets interesting having to get submerged into this whole interesting musical, playful game that really gets you engaged, really gets you thinking, really gets you to thinking ahead of the game on what would actually happen and enjoying it at the end of the day. The music and then the action and everything else intertwined into one piece makes you concentrating on what is actually going on that seems to be a real world experience. Well, that was childhood. And that actually brings a whole lot picture to us as we grow up, teaching us so many things in solving problems in our lives, how we operate, how we do things, how we get through life, and how we solve different problems in our lives. So yes, the tennis balls that hit at us during the computer games, the soundtracks that scare us, speak a lot to us and teach us that these are actually storms that bypass us and will always leave us stronger, hard-hearted and head-hearted to face life. Yes, that's it for you. Up to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Joanita, for that speech. At this moment, again, our Chief Judge will bring the next contestant. Chief Judge.
Contest Chair, our next contestant is Rotarian Alfred.
All right, thank you so much. Good morning, Alfred. Alfred, are you ready? Alfred, I think you're muted. Kindly unmute. Alfred, kindly unmute. Hello, Alfred. I don't seem to see him here, Chief Judge. Is he really in the room? I think he's not in the room. We can get the next contestant. Chief Judge, I don't see Alfred in the room.
Just give me a minute. I hope he didn't click on leave meeting. Okay. All right, let me get James.
Okay, thank you.
If he comes back, then we will give him a different, maybe table topics.
No problem. In the meantime, our audience, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the contest. Just give me signals. Use the chat option and give me signals so I know you're there. It seems I'm alone here.
Okay, so James is our next contestant as I look out for Alfred.
Great. Good morning, James.
Morning.
How are you? Are you ready?
Yeah, born ready, born for this.
Wonderful. You will have 1 to 2 minutes. I will show you images and you will craft a story around all the 5. So I am going to display right now and you can take it on from there. Over to you, James.
In life, you always have to seize the opportunity to discover the winner in you. You have to bite every single opportunity and give your teeth a taste of victory. Because if you do not take a bite of victory, you will never see the opportunities that are in front of you. Your life may be as cold as ice cream, but if you take the grip of the situation in front of you like with the pliers, then you will always be the winner. I come from a part of the country where the roads are really bad. Now, over the weekend, me and my brother drove to this part of the country, and he has a very small car, but it has big tires and it has 4-wheel drive mechanism. And every time we found a bad patch of the road, we would roll through it. We would roll through it, whereas other drivers would drive around it. And every time we did this, I perceived of my brother taking control of the situation like a pliers will take grip on a cable of wire. So we kept doing this. And then before we knew it, we reached a patch where everybody had somehow avoided, but it looked like we could pass. What we did not know, that this was a pool of quicksand covered by banana fibers. And as we had been doing, we rolled into it and the tires started spinning. What did we do? We stopped. And just as you are supposed to take control of every situation, like a pliers grips a cable of wires, we took control by requesting the members of the community to pull us out. And we learned a very valuable lesson that day. It may be useful to take grip of the situation and follow your own path, but it's always important to perceive and take sight of the situation around you before you do so. Over to you, contest chair.
Thank you so much, James, for that speech. Now, our Chief Judge, do we have The other contestant, Alfred, in the room? Alfred, are you in the room? If we don't have Alfred, we can go on and do the poll, please.
I think Alfred dropped off. I can't see him as part of the, he's not in the main room. I can't trace him. So I'm going to launch the polls. But before I launch the polls, I just want you to note that Mercy will be audience 1 because we had left 2 slots for 2 people from the audience. So Mercy volunteered. And just to note that we have Rotary Camara did not take part, and Rotarian Alfred. So I will go ahead and launch the polls. Timer, 1 minute. Right, the minute is up. So in the next round, just a minute. Okay, so contest chair. As we get into the second round, these are the contestants proceeding to the next round. James Zere, Rotarian Samuel. We have Josephine and also Rotarian Mercy. So those are the 4. I'll repeat: James, Samuel, Josephine, and Mercy. Now to the rest of the Toastmasters, I'll first give the judging criteria and then go back to the contest chair. As we get into the second round, we will have our judges scoring in this next round. Thank you, audience, for participating and choosing the contestants for round 2. In the judging criteria, the 4 contestants will be scored out of 100. The judges will be looking out for the speech content and its effectiveness. They'll look at the delivery of the speech, that's the person's body language, vocal variety. They will also look out for appropriateness and grammar. The content takes 55%, the delivery takes 30%, and the appropriateness takes 15%. Our judges are anonymous, and when the time comes, they will, after the contestants, will move to a breakout room for them to finish the deliberations. At the end of the contestant speech, we will give the judges 1 minute to score, then we will bring in the contestant. Contest chair, back to you.
Thank you so much, Chief Judge. Please let me know when you've taken all of them in the breakaway room so that I can engage the audience.
All right, just give me a minute.
That's fine.
Please mute. I kindly request for people to mute. Or Sergeant at Arms, please help me out. Okay, can I request all the contestants to please move to the breakout room? Okay, Mercy and James, we await you in the breakout room.
I'm still waiting for the prompt.
Really? The others are in. I don't know. Let me first take you out, then. Okay, just a minute. James, have you got the prompt?
Not yet.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Okay, just a minute. James, have you seen the prompt?
I don't know what's wrong, but I can't see it.
Okay, just give me a minute. Maybe let me move everyone to another room. Just give me 1 minute.
Okay.
In the meantime, I would like to recognize the presence of some of our guests this morning. We have Rotary District Governor nominee, Honorable Dr. Mike Kennedy Sebalu is on the call. We also do have other presidents from other Toastmaster groups. We have assistant and past presidents from different Rotary clubs and assistant governors. You are all most welcome to this contest this morning. Be ready because Toastmasters is going to take this crown. We are ready for you. Chief Judge?
Just a minute. You can engage in a riddle as I try to sort out James.
Okay. Audience, are you ready? Ready. Okay, who is taking this one? The question is, people always buy me to eat, but they never eat me. Who am I? Can we have Sam Mwanje respond to that one?
Flowers.
Volunteer.
Flowers.
You're almost there, but something different. People always buy me to eat, but they never eat me. Who am I?
A plate.
Yes, it is a plate. It is a plate. Thank you. Was that Charity?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much. All right, let me see. I want another one. Okay, what makes more steps as we take them? What makes more steps as we take them? I don't see any hands. You're still thinking? Don't Google anything, you'll not find it.
A staircase.
Pardon?
A staircase.
No, not that one. Very close. Try again, or someone else. Legs, almost. Almost.
A ladder.
Almost.
Ladder.
What? Come on, guys. What makes more steps? What makes more steps? Huh? As you take them? No? Okay, those are footsteps. So the person of legs was just close, but not enough. Thank you so much.
Contest chair.
Are we ready, Chief?
Contest chair Samuel is our first contestant.
Okay, first I want them all in the breakaway room so that the audience can participate in getting the questions for them. Audience, please prepare your questions. Once we have a seat that they are all out, then the audience will give us 4 questions and we pick from those.
Okay, let me move. Samuel is back in the breakout room. Okay, so you will let me know.
Okay, so we are safe now. Please, audience, give me quickly 4 questions and we select one. We'll not do a poll, but we shall see the one which has popular majority. We shall go by that. Please type in questions that you'd like us to ask the contestants. We shall only pick one. Okay, we have one already. I could have done better. The time is now. Then I would die for love. Okay, I think those are enough. Alex, you help me pick out the best in case I miss it. Right now we can take those 4 and then choose. Okay, so who is for I could have done better? Please raise your hands. I don't see. Okay, those are 2. Those are 3. I think there are 3 people for that one. The time is now.
There are 4 people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I failed to raise
okay.
5.
And the time is now. The time is now. The people who had put hands earlier, please put your hands down so that we don't confuse. I see 3 hands. Okay, those are 3. I would die for love. How many hands for I would die for love? I see 3 hands again. Are the rest participating? I would die for love. Those are 3. Okay, 3. Or 4 or 3?
3.
Okay, those are 3. And then how do I inspire people around me? I see 2. So the one that has taken it this morning is I could have done better. All right. Chief Judge, you can now bring them in.
Okay, I'm bringing in Samuel first.
maybe just Susan, once more, just make me an admin on my other host on my other user. I want to be able to show the card. Irene may not be able to show the timer card.
Okay, so you have 2 gadgets. Just give me a minute. Okay, Moses, just confirm before I bring in the contestant.
Good.
All right. All right, let me bring Samuel in. Contest chair, Samuel should be in the room now.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Samuel.
Good morning, contest chair.
Good to have you here. You will have 1 to 2 minutes to deliver your speech. Samuel, I could have done better. I could have done better. Samuel, over to you.
I could have done better. If only I knew what the future held. I could have done better. If only I knew the people we trek with. You see, life is mind-boggling at times. You move with people who will smile, yet in real sense, they don't smile. You move with people who have a couple of roses around them. But when you get closer, there are a couple of thorns that are so sharp around them. But if you're going to be compassionate, if you're going to be a person who's going to spread out an impact of love and passion and grace in this world, then you tend to bring these people closer, assuming they are innocent and assuming you think that they need that hand. It's unbelievable that at times you stretch out a hand to a person who you think needs it, but the best they can do is chop off the hand. And it gets you thinking, what's wrong with the world? Have we gone to the dogs, or the dogs have come to the world? I could have done better. But do I regret? Absolutely no. Why? Because I gave it my best shot. I then thought, and I still think, I did that, what I was meant to do. But now, more than before, I make sure to take my time and understand people, understand their personalities before I stretch that hand to help when I have to be. I should have done better. Nevertheless, I am not going to give up on still doing what I can do. Actually, I'll do the best. I should have done better, but now I'll do the best, because within me, as long as I keep doing, there is a fulfillment of joy and happiness that surrounds me and that gives me the reason to smile, knowing that even when they chopped my hand, I did my best. I should have done better. No, I'll do best next time, now that I know that the world has people who have thorns but come up as roses. Thank you.
A minute of silence for the judges. Timer alert when the minute is up.
Hello?
The minute is up, Moses. Right, let me get in the second contestant. Our next contestant is James Zere, and he's in the room.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, James.
Morning, Anne.
All right, are you ready?
Want to do this?
James Zere, I could have done better. I could have done better. James Zere.
I could have done better is what is going to be on Donald Trump's mind for the rest of his life. As we all know, this week has been about US elections. What is an electoral college? What is an electoral vote? Who is leading? Who is leading in? Who has lost a state? Who is taking the state? I have never been so excited about elections in my life. And oh, have I learned so much. On Tuesday, when we went to bed, the Americans had just cast their votes. And when we woke up in the morning, it looked that Donald Trump would be the next president, would still be the president of the United States of America. And then Thursday came, and he started losing his lead. Friday came, and he started losing his lead. He kept losing his lead. Saturday, the lead kept sliding away. And now there he is in the Oval Office, knowing that anytime now he could lose his seat as the president of the United States of America. And if it indeed happens that he loses the vote, as it is beginning to look right now, he will always think about all the things that he did not do. He will always think about all the things that he spoke about COVID being the Chinese virus. He will think about all the times he spoke about African countries being a shithole. He will think about all the time he made racist comments, which divided the Americans and made them a shame to the world. He would think about the many times he spoke derogatively about women. And in his mind, he will always say, I could have done better. Madam Contest Chair.
Thank you so much, James.
Minute of silence for the judges.
Yes.
How are you? Okay. I'm picking something from here. I'll come back.
Right, Moses, is a minute up? In the meantime, let me bring the next contestant to the room.
Good morning,
Good morning,
Josephine.
Josephine. Contest chair.
Okay, your question. Josephine Adongo, I could have done better. I could have done better, Josephine Adongo.
Thank you so much, contest chair. It is said that life is what you make it. Many times we are faced with challenges in life, and you get to think, could I have done any better? And the answer to that is yes, you could have done better. From childhood, you might have faced circumstances where you felt that maybe I wasn't good enough. And I vividly remember a time when I was put in a classroom and was called upon to give an explanation of what science is. And when I stood up, the answer I gave was wrong, and the class all began to laugh. Oh my God, you should know what I felt. But thanks to the good support system that I had, a friend of mine came and said, Josephine, your answer was wrong, but the next time you do it, you will do it better. And that made me learn that in whatever I do, the mistakes that I make, these are opportunities for me to get better. And so, fellow Toastmasters, Rotarians, I would like to call upon you this moment to reflect on those things that you keep thinking, maybe I could have done better. And they bring you down and you begin to feel you're inefficient. I want to challenge you today to realize that that inefficiency is actually creating an opportunity. So the next time you're challenged and you begin to feel that you might not have done well, think of it as an opportunity. Think of it as the launch pad that will take you to the next level that you ought to be. Do not lose that sight of that opportunity. Take it upon yourself, and with that, you will live to tell the story of how that great mistake transformed your life. Over to you, contest chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Josephine, for that speech. We'll give 1 minute for the judges.
Contest chair, our last contestant, Mercy, is in the room.
Great. Good morning, Mercy.
Good morning,
Mercy,
contest
I
chair.
could have done better. Mercy, I could have done better. I could have done better. Mercy.
Once upon a time, there was a little girl in the islands of Matugu. She failed to make it in life because she did not listen to the advisement of her parents. And she said, I wish I could have done it better. The lessons I learned from that are that many a times we have opportunities from our parents, from our guardians, from the mentors that we face in life. We make mistakes, some intentional and others unintentional. But why? Why and why? It's because we do not take lessons. It's because we do not ask, because there is power in asking. It's because that we do not look up to the great men and women that have made it. I wish I could have done it better. It is said that every human being who is successful, or behind the success story of every man and woman, there are many stories of failures. There are many tears. I wish I could have done it better. I wish I could have done it better in life if I had followed the advice of my parents, if I had listened to my father and my mother, if I had listened to that speech at the school assembly that really always focused us to a better life. I wish I had done better. I wish I had read. I wish I had positioned myself. I wish I had befriended the successful people. I wish I had had the opportunity to meet our one DGN, Honorable Dr. Mike Sebalu, who is here watching. I wish I had done better. I'd be a great leader. If I had listened, I would be a tycoon. I'd be a great mother. I'd be a great wife. I wish I had done better. I wish I had followed the stories of failures of people and the reasons for failure. I wish I had done better. Contest Chair.
Thank you so much, Mercy. 1 minute for judges to mark their ballot. Judge.
Madam Contest Chair, we'll now leave with the judges and be back shortly. Just
I know Susan. She was my boss. My boss. My previous one.
who knows me, Banange, and I'm the boss.
Please mute.
I request the judges to please join the breakout room. Thank you. Contest Chair, you can proceed as we deliberate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right. I would like to hear from our contestants this morning, the finalists. Mercy, I will start with you. How did that feel? Participating in the first ever Rotary and Toastmasters contest.
Thank you, contest chair. It's just that I woke up this morning not knowing I was going to be part of the contest. I just had to fill the void, but I know that is what leadership calls for. Where there's a gap, you just come in to fill the void. And with regard to the experience, it's an amazing experience. And from the Rotary Club of Bukoto and the Rotary Club of Bukoto, it is the first of its kind, and how I wish would take it on. Speaking is always a challenge to many people, and I know fixed mindsets think that once you are not good at speaking, you can never learn, and they give up. But the mindset, the growth mindsets state that, or have the position that you can always learn and improve your skills. So participating in this contest means that I'm improving my skills and I'm improving my learning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mercy. Indeed, that is what
and how I wish, contest chair, how I wish DGN Dr. Honorable Mike Sevalu had participated. He's a natural great speaker, and I've always asked him how he finds it so easy to speak anytime, any day. He'll give a speech, he'll give a presentation. Maybe we'll give him 1 minute along the path along the way to say something. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mercy, for that. Indeed, in Toastmasters, that's what we do. We learn to do public speeches, we learn communication skills, we learn leadership skills. So this is the best place to be, Toastmasters, where leaders are made. So this is an opportunity for all the guests and Rotarians, Rotaractors who would like to join Toastmasters. You will hone your skills in public speaking and communication. You're very welcome to join Kampala Sunrise for your Toastmasters Club. Now, I would like to call our next contestant, James Zere. James, how are you feeling this morning? How was that contest for you?
Finally catching my breath. It was very, very exciting. I really enjoyed myself. I think the topics were exciting, and I came with the frame of mind of the things I wanted to speak about. So it was very, very exciting fitting into the topics that have been selected. I was very disturbed by the first topic, the pictures, because I was not sure how to fit all that, how to speak about all those pictures in a space of 2 minutes, and somehow I think things worked out where they worked out. So I really enjoyed myself participating in this contest.
Okay, thank you, James. And Josephine, if you could quickly tell us in just under 1 minute how you felt this morning participating in this contest.
Thank you so much, Contest Chair. For me, it was a wow experience. I think when you give yourself an opportunity to be heard, maybe you get an opportunity to pass a message, and probably there's somebody that might be going through something that would benefit from your message. So I thought it was a good opportunity. And yeah, I also got a bit disturbed by the pictorial. It was something new to me, but I embraced change, and I think there was something to learn from that. Thank you.
Thank you, Josephine. I see our chief judge is back, but quickly, if Samuel, you could tell us in under 1 minute quickly.
Thank you. It was a great honor and opportunity. The takeaway is it's how we think about certain things that affects us, not what they actually are. So you just have to imagine, I can't do this, I can't do this. So that affects us in a certain way because that's how we look at things. But when you try them, then you find they are doable. So we achieve not because we are right, but because we didn't fear to be wrong. So for me, this was done not because we thought I thought I was right, but because I didn't fear to be wrong. I never failed to lose. And here I am. Even if I was number 4, I still win because I tried.
Thank you. Thank you, Samuel. Chief Judge, over to you.
Thank you, Madam Contest Chair. So the results are in. I'll give maybe 2 minutes to or a minute to the Sergeant at Arms to prepare the certificates. I've shared the results with Sergeant at Arms, who is preparing the certificates. But to all our contestants, we are all winners, and it's not easy contesting, but I just want to thank you for taking that step to compete. We've had a great contest, amazing speeches. So contest chair, in a minute or so, the Sergeant at Arms will let us know if he's ready. Alex, when you're ready, just kindly prompt us to then announce the winners. But just for our guests, Rotarians, Rotaractors, Kampala Sunrise meets every, Madam Contest Chair, I can hand that to you. We meet we're an early morning meeting.
Ready.
You're done?
Yeah.
All right. So maybe before we get into our meeting times, let's just get into the results. I want us to be excited. I want everyone, but remember to all our contestants, well done, well done. We are all winners.
Yes.
We are all winners. So our second runner-up for this contest is Josephine. Sergeant at Arms, can we please see the certificate for Josephine? Drum rolls, people, hand clap. Well done, Josephine. Well done. Yay, Josephine. Congratulations. Our second runner-up, drum rolls, people. Our second runner-up is Rotarian and Toastmaster Mercy. Well done. Well done, Mercy. Well done. And the winner of the Toastmaster and Rotary Table Topics Contest. Everybody, drum rolls. Woo. Our winner is James. There. Congratulations. Wow. Congratulations. Very well done. Well done. James, well done. A big thank you to our judges who will remain anonymous. Job well done. Contest Chair and Madam President, over to you.
Thank you so much, our Chief Judge. This has been an awesome meeting. All the participants do get certificates, by the way. So you will all get your certificates because we know that you're all winners. Thank you for taking time to participate in this first ever Rotary Toastmasters contest. Thank you to all the Rotarians, the Toastmasters, Rotaractors, guests here, the young leaders that we have here that have participated this morning. We thank you for joining us. We now have 2 minutes to the end, and maybe we can have the DG say a word in just 10 seconds before we close. On Rotarian Honorable Dr. Mike Sebalu.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam President. I'd like to congratulate all the participants and contestants. That was great. It is always good to make time available to participate. Soon you become contestants and ultimately you become contenders and winners. So all of you have won. The fact that you picked up the interest and the courage to participate. Now, public speaking and communication is about speaking the inner mind. Just be natural, just believe in what you are saying, and just be coherent and confident. At the end of the day, it's about making your message well appreciated and understood in the context of what you are communicating about. It's a great idea. I really identify with it and I support it.
Thank you so much. And it is almost 1 minute to the end. Once again, I would like to thank Rotary, Rotaractors, our guests, our amazing audience this morning, Toastmasters, all the role takers, the judges. Thank you so much, our timers. Thank you for taking part in this contest. We are excited. It's only the beginning, and we know that we are going to have many more partnerships with Rotary Club. So please feel free to contact us anytime that you want. And also, if you would like to join Toastmasters, Kampala Sunrise is the club to join. Now, if there's any guest who wants to give us comments, feedback, here is the time. But otherwise, this has come to an end. You can just hang around and interact. Alex, we shall share the certificates of participation with the other participants. You can even share them with them here.
Madam Contest Chair and Madam President, there is a question, how do they get in touch with us? Who can they contact? If you could just give just a little brief on that. When do we meet? What time? They're asking for contacts in the chat. Maybe the SA can post the contact of the VPM president, if that could be done in the chat.
Could also post, but then we do meet every first Thursday of the month. We meet from 6:20 to about 7:40 every month. And then our second meeting is usually the third Saturday of the month. And we do meet from 8 to 10 a.m. Right now we are still online, but under normal circumstances pre-COVID, we meet at Sheraton Hotel. That's our meeting venue. Now, if you would like to join, you can contact me on this number or, oh, okay, I thought they had posted. You can contact me on this number and then we take it on from there. It's there being displayed, but also you can have my number.
Read it out to those who are driving. We can't peep there, please.
Oh, okay. So my number is 0772 672274. That is 0772 672274. All right. So we are looking forward to seeing most of you in our next meeting. The next one is on 21st of this month. It will be 8 to 10 a.m. Please do join us. It will be a Saturday.
Yes, Contest Chair, if I may also use this opportunity to invite those that are not Rotarians to join any Rotary Club that is near your residence or your workplace. We have so many Rotary Clubs in Uganda, over 180 of them, and feel free to join. But the Rotary Club of Bukoto meets every Tuesday at 6 p.m. online, but physically we meet at Kabira Club. I recognize the president of the Rotary Club of Entebbe, President Joan, and she is the vice president of presidents of Rotary. I do recognize you and all Rotarians and past assistant governors, past presidents, all leaders of Rotary. Thank you very much for making it. And of course, our children in the room.
Okay, thank you so much, Mercy. Now it's just time to interact. The official contest ended, so feel free, give us your feedback if you would like to. I see there are so many guests. I cannot scroll and get all of you, but feel free. Give us your feedback, tell us where you're joining from. All right. If there are no any, we could end this meeting just now.
Hi, I'm joining from, oh, sorry. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, yes, yes. Barasa, go on.
Yes, thank you very much, Contest Chair. My name is Roswina Barasa. I'm joining from Rotary Club of Milimani in Kenya, and I'm very glad to be part of this amazing fellowship.
Thank you for joining in.
I see somebody has posted a question of where Rotary Club of Namgongo meets. I'm going to contact you. It meets near Vienna College, the hotel, I forget its name, but I'll send you details in your inbox. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, Andrew.
Yes,
Hello,
good
we
morning.
can hear you, Andrew. Good morning.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for this. I'm actually new. Nant is the one who invited me. Ever since I shared my idea that I would like to join Toastmasters. So she's been engaging me with or keeping me updated with what really goes on in Toastmasters. And she sent me this thing. She sent me the invitation early morning. So I joined a bit late, but the little I've got, I really find it very interesting and a lot to learn from. And since it's in line with, I'm actually aspiring to be a journalist. I'm doing journalism, but I want to be better at public speaking. So things of this nature are really important to me. So I'll be joining soon, Toastmasters. I will let you know, probably through
Very
Agnes.
nice.
Yes. Otherwise, thank you very much. I appreciate this.
Thank you, Andrew. We're looking forward to having you in our club.
Yeah, me too.
Contest Chair, I'm Past Assistant Governor Sam Mwanje from Rotary Club of Muyenga. I always go where Mike Sebalu is because we are both Salongos. I am only asking, even an old man like me can join the toaster. How do you call them? Master what? I'm above 60. Toastmaster. You see, can we also join?
Yes, indeed, you can join. There is no age limit. In fact, 60 and above is just the right time to hone your public speaking skills and leadership. So yes, you can join.
Okay.
You can give us your contacts and then we can invite you for some of our meetings that we have as well.
All right, thank you. If you can get me Rotarian Masses number, then I'll find.
I will contact you, PAG someone, since I'm also a Toastmasters in this same club. I'll contact you.
Oh,
you're a great add to our.
All right. I loved your fixed mentality and growing mentality. Is it?
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
I have enjoyed it. It has been a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too. Any other person?
Thank you, Contest Chair. I'm Edith Majwisa. I'm in the same Rotary Club with Marcy. I will contact her for more details. I also want to join.
Nice. Thank you so much. We are looking forward to having all of you in our club. Mercy will get back to you. She's taking note of all those that are interested in joining Toastmasters.
Well, it was a great morning, learning and we did our best. But again, if James hadn't, we would definitely just short of the Toastmasters being here for 3 years plus. you had to do this. So we are proud that, and we can't wait at 3 years. We shall be able to.
Samuel, I think you are a Toastmaster yourself as well, because you were just the same as good, you know. Everyone this morning was really totally awesome. So we loved all your speeches.
Thank you, guests and Rotarians. If you can unmute your video and we take a group picture, that would be great in memory of this inaugural Rotarian and Toastmaster speech contest.
Yay! Thank you, Alex. Should we say Toastmaster, Rotary, Rotaractor, all together?
Sure. What's a forward test for Rotarians? It's your time to say it now. For us to say down.
Let me invite Rotarian say the forward test.
I love the forward test.
The forward test, one of the things we think say do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendship? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned? That's our forward test. Thank you.
And Rotarian Amina is the Assistant Director, Youth Services in the Rotary Club of Bukoto. She's both a Rotaractor and a Rotarian because there's provision for dual membership for young people.
Great.
Yeah, and she's done
Thank
great.
you very much.
Yeah.
We look forward to joining Rotarian services also. Now that you've joined our speeches, we look forward to joining your service activities.
I'll invite you for a project launch or something. We'll invite you.
Sure.
This
Great.
partnership.
I think Mayor engage separated on which club to join.
Yes.
Part of my next assignment.
Of course, yes. I'm going to hunt you up.
You come to Bukoto. It's the best club.
You come to Muyenga. Come to Muyenga.
Yeah. You come to Bukoto. It's the best club. And you are our president is already with you.
Now there's Bukoto.
Clearly, Bukoto is the best club.
Yeah, Bukoto is the best club.
Kampala Maisha is a morning club.
I love it.
Okay, before you put each other's guests, I would like to
of Kampala Morning Stars.
President Truth was saying something.
Contest Chair, I would like to thank you all, the organizers, for putting this together. Thank you, Rotarian Mercy. Thank you, Rotarian Amina, and the Youth Service Docket entirely for putting this speaking event together. We have learned a lot. I know I came in guns blazing saying we were going to win, but it's been a great learning experience. And for the next round, we will be much better. That's all I want to say. I appreciate you. And you can also send us young people from the ages of 18 to 30 to join the Rotary Club of Bukoto.
Yeah.
Yeah, this partnership is going to go on forever. Thank you, President Ruth.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Do we still want to hang around? I think we can end the meeting.
Thank you, President Masse. Masse really advertised this contest. She posted it on every chat. I really did thank her. Every club she posted it there.
Great.
Very Thank you, Masse.
Masse, you forgot Muyenga. Masse, you forgot Muyenga.
But I'm glad you're here, PAG, our senior.
I mean, because me, I'm looking for you.
Oh, yeah. My apologies. I will perform this time.
I wish I could have done better. It was very interesting.
Yes.
I wish I could do
Next
better.
time,
Okay.
Next time, Judge, you will take part in the topic.
Hopefully, I tried to answer something, flowers.
Okay. That's
All right,
it.
guys. That's it. Be nice. Have a good Saturday.
A blessed weekend to you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.